Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by Nashville-based Canadian country music singer-songwriter Carolyn Dawn Johnson for our Stanfest edition of Zoomies. Welcome, Carolyn.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So first off, care to introduce yourself a bit more in depth to oh my. I'm going to start the question over.
Sure.
First off, care to introduce yourself a little bit more in depth to our listeners?
Sure. My name is Carolyn Dawn Johnson. That's my real name, all of my names. And people have asked me that before. I used to have a nickname around town here in Nashville as Miami Vice, just as a joke because of the Dawn Johnson. But I'm originally from northern Alberta, and I grew up in a couple small towns, Deadwood and Westlock, and eventually made the trek to Vancouver and back to Edmonton, and somehow got to Nashville. Had my sights on the country music scene and was trying to break in Canada, and decided, if I'm going to start at the bottom of the ladder anyway, everywhere, I may as well start in Nashville because that was where I really wanted to be and be in that scene. So eventually made the move down here, had some songwriting success. I got a publishing deal, wrote songs for a lot of other people. And that, along with singing demos and playing out and networking and all the things that happen in this business, eventually I got my own record deal and launched a career as a solo artist. And so since then, I've made 4 albums. I'm working on my 5th. I've also sang for a lot of other artists on their albums. I've sang out live with a lot of different people, including Miranda Lambert, Martine McBride. I just went out with Ashley McBride last weekend. I love collaborating and making music with people. So I go out and do my shows and also play with other people and write songs with other people and produce people. So that's saying everything super fast, a whole career in like so much tiny time, but trying to give it a condensed version of it all.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a bit about your latest release.
Well, my last release was during the pandemic. It was one song. It was called Light Changes Everything. And I really just put that out for the fans. I felt this heaviness in the air and started playing live on Facebook Live, like a lot of people did. But it was about the 3rd week of March. And I just really felt like everybody kind of like, ugh, what's going on? And I have a lot of inspiring songs in my catalog, and one of them is called Light Changes Everything. And so I went to my co-writer, who's also a producer, and I said, hey, do you think we could just put this out for the fans, people who are listening, people who need it? And he said, yeah. So we worked together on that, put it together, kind of threw it out there, and just gave it to the people. That's the last thing that I really have done. I'm now currently getting close to finishing an album. So I have a new single that'll be coming out the middle of August. And that's what I'm working on right now. So we just finished mixing and mastering that. And that is going to be coming out for everybody to check out. And an album will be following that as well.
Okay, it's exciting.
Yes, it is actually. It's been a while.
For sure, yeah, and it's nice that you put out a song like that at that time too, because a lot of people were, feeling it.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And that song, it's called Light Changes Everything. And it's just about remembering that you have a light inside. And when you shine it, it spreads to other people. And light can really change everything. There's a couple things in the song. One talks about a lighthouse and how if you're in a storm and you're in a blackout storm, and there is nothing better than seeing that lighthouse. And if there's like a thunderstorm and your power goes out and everything, that little candle, boy, it can change your whole perspective in life. And so it talks about those things as well as saying you have a light inside. So when you shine your light, it can make a difference for someone else.
I love it. So you're playing Stan Rogers Folk Festival this year.
Yes.
Is this your first time playing the festival?
It is. I'm so excited to play it. I looked at all the artists on there. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. I wish I could stay for the whole weekend, you know. Sometimes festivals they're a little tough because you don't always get to play on the same night as the friends that you know, or you don't get to camp out and stay all weekend. So I'm gonna enjoy the night that I'm there. I see the Guthros are there and Tara McLean, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to catch everybody as well as play and have a lot of fun and sing my heart out for those East Coasters.
For sure. Um, so for someone who has yet to see you perform live, describe your performance in 5 words or less.
Oh wow, 5 words or less. One, real. Um, I give 100 million% when I sing every time. Um, Emotional, effective. Hopefully, I bring you in. I don't know. This is hard to talk about yourself that way. Ask the people who watch me. Um, but yeah, I would like to think that when I moved to town, I really wanted to be known. This was in my mind. It's not like I say to someone like you who's asking me these questions, I want to be, I hope you think of me as this, but yet I do, and that is as an interpreter. I want you to feel the songs that I'm singing. I want them to make you want to get up and rock because I've got some of those. Or I
Yeah.
want to make you cry, or I want to make you feel something and make you feel like you're heard, you're known, because a lot of things I sing about, they're generally, if I haven't pulled them from my life, I've pulled them from someone else or an observation.
Mhm.
I'm always absorbing, and it's us as a songwriter's prerogative to create something that moves us, and hopefully it moves you.
Mhm.
And so, I hopefully you'll go through many different kinds of emotions when you come and see my show, and feel like I'm your best friend that understands you.
Okay, awesome. I like that.
I've never
Um,
said that before, so I'm feeling kind of strange saying it out loud, but that's actually what I would really like.
yeah,
All these years, just I want you to feel heard and that I know where you're coming from because I've been there.
yeah. It means a lot though, like, and then also like I was talking to someone else recently about how a song can mean something so different to each listener even
So true.
like she was saying her song was written it wasn't a sorrowful song, but it helped someone get through the death of his wife and it's so interesting like songwriters I'm just amazed.
It is interesting, I always say, whatever your beliefs are, for me, it's like I feel like God gave us all dreams for a reason because I don't know why I'm a songwriter. I don't know why I do what I do, but I know that I was meant to do this.
Hmm.
And so when somebody says, how do you write a song like that? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I was just born to do it because that comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
And we have to work at it. This is not something that get struck by lightning and every single song you write is a hit. It does not work that way. You discipline yourself. You're committed. It's a job. It sounds terrible to say that it's a job, but it is. It's like I discipline myself to take the time to create and work on my craft. I've done that for many, many years. But there's a lot of songs that I have written that meant something to me a certain way. And then I'll get stories back that are completely different, like what you're talking about. And they're like, this is what it meant to me. And I'm like, wow, I love that that's how you took it and that's how you made it yours.
Yeah.
That feels good.
I can't imagine it. Yeah, for sure. Um, do you have any other upcoming shows or festivals to tell us about?
Well, I do. I just played some stuff in Calgary, so that's over. After I play Stan Rogers Folk Festival, I go over to Sussex Fundy Fest.
Okay.
And I'm playing. Um, a place in Ohio, and I can't remember where, in September. I've got some, I feel like there's a few other things. I can't think of what they are right now.
But they're
So,
likely on your website.
yeah, so I don't have a website right now. It's down.
Okay.
We're just relaunching it for this new single and the new music. But generally, I post things on my Facebook
Yeah.
and my Instagram, and they're usually on there. So I do have some more dates coming up, though.
Okay. Okay, so the next 5 questions are just for fun. What was the first festival you ever attended?
Wow. The first festival I ever attended, I don't remember which one was first. I know I went to Craven, Saskatchewan,
Okay.
and saw Alabama there. Gosh, who else was there? It was a giant deal. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Drove there, had to drive home after Alabama. They were the finished the Sunday night, and
Okay.
we left right after and drove all the way home to northern Alberta, like Edmonton, because I had to work in the morning. So that was dangerous, but I was young there. And I drove all night to get home from seeing all those acts. And then otherwise, the other one would be Camrose, Big Valley Jamboree. And I can't remember which one was first because once I started going, I kind of went to all of them whenever I could,
Yeah, for
until
sure.
I got to actually be part of them.
Well, the Alabama one would be pretty exciting.
It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. On Saturday, July 22nd, there's a tribute to Gordon Lightfoot at Stanfest. What is your favorite Gordon Lightfoot song?
Oh my goodness. That's the night after I play.
Oh,
I have a Gordon Lightfoot story, but it's not necessarily a good one. It's nothing bad about him, but I just missed crossing paths with him, and it was just devastating to me. Um, I guess it would have to be the Sundown, you better take it. Da, da, da. What is the name of that called?
Sundown.
Yeah, okay, that one.
Yeah.
That would have to be it. Of course, it's his most popular one, but um, my little story about Gordon is that they inducted him and did a big presentation at the CCMAs. And it was a big year for me at the Canadian Country Music Association Awards. And I had a performance and a bunch of stuff, and a lot of things were going on in my career. And I was like, the one thing I want to do is meet Gordon Lightfoot. And with all the whisking me around and taking me to this and having me stand here and this and that and whatever, and everybody doing the presentation, I missed him and I never got to meet him.
Oh,
The only time I've ever been in the same vicinity as him. And so I was pretty devastated because they're like, he's gone already. And I was like, what? Like,
that's not cool.
I know it was really sad because, I was like, just please help make sure that I cross paths with him because that would mean the world. And it didn't happen because I was needing to be where I needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And life happens that way. It doesn't always go your way.
Yeah.
But so it's very sad to hear of him passing.
Definitely was, yes.
I want to be there for that tribute, but I'm not going to be there.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it will be.
I have that big box set.
The box set?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. You're gonna have to fix it so you can be there. On to a lighter subject.
Yes. I mean, we're celebrating him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, that whole CCMA thing, me talking about that, it just was one of those times where I know this may be the only chance I ever actually get to see him. And it just didn't happen.
Mm.
And it didn't happen because a lot of wonderful things were happening in my career. So I'm thankful for that. But sometimes it's just things don't always go your way.
Yeah. So there's a huge variety of food and drink vendors on the grounds at Stanfest.
Okay.
So what is your favorite festival food or beverage?
Oh man. Favorite food or festival? Well, the first thing, you're supposed to kind of go with the first thing that goes in your mind, right? So I'm going to say a giant iced lemonade.
That would be good. Good
Yeah.
choice.
They're
Um,
so good.
if you created your own festival lineup, which four bands or artists would you want to play along with you?
Oh no.
And this can be a dream list, or some people
This
go
is a tough
realistic.
question. I have
Okay.
a lot of friends in this business that I would love to hang out with and do this with. Well, I'd have to say Martina. I've been singing with Martina for 24 years off and on. And so I would want her to be
Mhm.
there. She's amazing and a dear, dear friend. Um, yeah, this is tough. Okay, a dream list. Because who would I want to sing with? Who do I like to sing with?
Mhm.
Um, this is tough. Keith Urban, he sang on my second album. Be fun to have him on the festival. Um, who else? Canadian wise, Johnny Reed. He puts on the best show ever, and about 25 of my other girlfriend singers, including
Okay.
Alanis Morissette. Let's say Alanis Morissette, but um, that would be a dream. And but I've got a lot of girlfriends that are total rock stars,
For
and I
sure.
love them so much, and I would want to have as many of them as possible on there.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could probably have more than four. Let's just say those four plus 25 others.
Yes, it's like Mackenzie Porter, Tennille Towns, Michelle Wright, Patricia Conroy. Who else? I mean, I'm starting to name Canadians right now, but it actually goes the gamut of all my American friends
For
too.
sure.
So there's
Yeah.
so many, but I would love to run my own festival. I think that would be amazing to do something like that. I've thought about, hey, wouldn't it be great to have a variety show where I got to be the host and
Hmm.
bring all my friends on all the time? That would
Yeah, that would be great. So festivals are an awesome part of summer, but what else do you like to do during the summer months?
Summer months. I like to go to the beach if I can. We live about 7 hours from the beach, so we'll drive down there
Okay.
and go hang out. I love to sit by the pool. I love hanging with my kids.
Hmm.
I would like to go for walks, do things outside. Um, Summer is a good time for hanging with friends when we have time, and that's usually by a pool or anything outdoorsy is really what I like to do in the summer. Now, I do live in Nashville, so it can get pretty hot here in the
Yeah.
summertime. And that's why I like water. So having a pool and being by the pool is great relief in the summer. But, I have a nice, cool beverage of sorts and some good music, and that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. Oh, you got it down pat.
Yeah.
So that's it for our Stanfest edition of Zoomies. Thanks for joining me and have a great time at the festival.
Thank you for having me, and thanks, Stanfest, and we'll see you there.